I recently saw this video of a man stating that there are wood fibers in shredded cheese. And so what did I do? I researched and researched and researched to find out if this was actually true. And do note that today's video is for educational purposes only, and I am not sponsored, and nor is this video sponsored by any cheese companies. So now that we cleared the air, let's get into today's video. Have you ever noticed that shredded cheese just has something weird about it? It has a different texture and leaves a bit of a film in your mouth. This is because shredded cheeses like this, and this are not just shredded cheese. Take this cheese for example. Zoom in on the ingredients and you'll notice it also contains salt, enzymes, annatto, potato starch, powdered cellulose, and natamycin. Now, some of these names I am familiar with, like potato starch, but let's figure out which of these is the ingredient that contains wood. Because I don't see wood listed on here, so surely this doesn't contain it as all of these posts claim it does, right?
Generally, like in my house, I don't have a whole lot of shredded cheese, right? I just have blocks of cheese. I have a cheese grater. I grate the cheese that I need, and I go. It's wood. So they'll literally take like tiny shaved up wood particles. Like it'll say on the back, like cellulose will be the word, but they use like wood fiber and mix it in it so that it doesn't stick together. Because if you've ever taken like a block of cheese at home and grated it and then stick it in a bag, what does it do? It sticks together. Like, how does that not stick together? They actually add like wood fibers into it's like sawdust basically inside that bag. So
So let's find out if these posts and videos are facts or fiction. First, we will start with annatto. Give it a quick search and you will find that annatto is a natural food coloring and spice that comes from the seeds of the, I'm gonna give this my best shot, achiote?
Achiote.
Achiote?
Achiote.
Achiote tree?
A coyote. Achiote.
Some cheeses may have more annatto than others depending on the season, and that's because cows may eat more grass in one season or less grass in another season. And when cows eat more hay, their milk is whiter, which leads the manufacturer to having to add more annatto to the cheese to get the standardized color they want all year round. But here we are not seeing the wood, so let's dive into the next ingredient. Next up is potato starch. When doing a quick search again, potato starch you will see is, well, potato starch. It also goes by the name potato flour, and I did see one article kind of misleading readers into saying cellulose and potato starch are the same thing, but they are not. While they are both made up of glucose molecules, starch is a branched polymer while cellulose is a linear polymer. And here's a little visual to make you think back to your chemistry days and polymers. And we're not seeing any wood there, so let's move on to the next ingredient, and that is powdered cellulose. According to the Center for Science in the Public Interest, cellulose has a rating of, in quotes, safe. It then goes on to state, and listen closely, cellulose is a safe and inexpensive carbohydrate that compromises the woody parts and cell walls of plants. It is a type of dietary fiber found naturally in fruits, vegetables, and cereals. The cellulose added to processed food usually comes from wood pulp or sawdust or cotton lint. It can prevent caking, such as in grated Parmesan cheese, but some companies fraudulently use it as a cheap filler in their 100% grated Parmesan cheese. It is also a cheap way to boost the fiber content on food labels, but it isn't as healthful as fiber that comes from natural food. So there we have it. Your cheese does contain wood, just probably not in the way you thought. So this statement is a fact. However, cellulose does not come without side effects. Some companies may use a different version of cellulose in their products called cellulose gum. Now, cellulose gum is a chemically modified version of cellulose. It also could be called carboxymethylcellulose or E466 as a food additive. It is said to be used in brands like Kraft, Heinz, Organic Valley, and Sargento. Cellulose gum also helps prevent caking and clumping and also helps to extend the shelf life and is not just found in cheese. It can be found in other dairy products, gluten-free baking items, pharmaceuticals, and even cosmetics. So what are the side effects of cellulose gum? First off, it can cause those who have digestive disorders to be that much more sensitive to what they are eating. And excessive consumption of cellulose gum can lead to bloating, gas, and diarrhea in some who don't even have digestive disorders. I found this fact really interesting. Cellulose gum makes it particularly hard for your body to absorb calcium and magnesium. And some may also be allergic to cellulose gum. And listen to this. From a 2023 study, it was suggested that those who consume cellulose gum have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease and coronary artery disease. I wonder, is it because of the cellulose gum, or is it really because cellulose gum is primarily found in processed foods? Meaning these people eating more cellulose gum are eating more processed foods, and we all know processed foods heighten your risk of those diseases. Today's fact or fiction video was really fun to break down. If there are any other fact or fiction topics you want me to research and discuss, please drop that in the comment section down below. In last week's video, I shared about the new direction of my channel, and many of you who are subscribed knew me for my nursing focus content and why I still love teaching and precepting nurses, especially new nurses. I decided to take my channel in a different direction. I am incredibly passionate about holistic health and advocating and educating the general public about holistic health. And as the weeks go on, you will see how my content is changing. But please note, I have not forgotten about you nurses. If you ever need help and have any questions, please feel free to message me on Instagram or email me at nursekatherinehere@gmail.com. If you are wanting to learn more about holistic health and how you can live a non-toxic lifestyle, visit my Amazon storefront where you can find non-toxic lists I have already put together for you. I've done the digging and found clean, non-toxic products for you all. You will also find some education on the top of each list created about non-toxic living. So make sure to go check that out right after you hit that subscribe button right now. Other than that, that is it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching, and I will see you in next Tuesday's video. See you later.